I just found out about them, I think a month ago. Right? They're the ones that wear purple. Right. They're not in the truth. It's carried over by these purple and gold faggots. The brother told me that the IUIC wears the term purple. Are they sinning by wearing purple? No. They want to wear purple, wear purple. What the hell I get that? Purple rain.
All right, brothers. Let's have fun with it.
Stepped up on the scene, casting at them doctors and them idols you esteem. Yeah, you might think it's a little extreme, but I'm all about my people, yeah, they need that vaccine. Oh, no actors, but we got that action. See them purple garments on with that gold accent. Yeah, you say you got the name, but your fringe is absent. Y'all going backwards like subtraction. So keep it in step. Sabbath day approaching, so you know it's time to prep. Sound the alarm, cause my people overslept. Yeah, you hear them trumpets blowing, sounding like a quartet. Oh. Yeah, this that purple rain. So the Bible you can't sleep on. When Christ return, yeah, the Lord gonna turn that heat on, and all that nonsense gonna be gone. Oh.
Let's go. Let me show you where I got the inspiration from. Give me
You gonna go into the Bible?
I'm gonna go into the Bible.
You mean these niggas ain't read the Bible?
I've never read the Bible. Damn.
They watch Prince videos, but they read the Bible.
There you go.
That's me finished.
Okay, my turn. Purple rain on me, exponential growth, that's why you hating on me. This is IUIC, acting like you don't see. Boy, we know you frontin', please. See us on the corners, unlike you, we be like read. Coming out the scriptures, yeah, you know just how we teach. Teach class online 7 days of the week. Being earned everything that you wish you could be. You see it? Shabbat, whole campus surfing. Joint the original school, you just refurbished version. Ursum, open your mouth, but won't speak with no verses. We got Bibles while y'all yapping, man. Y'all captain is worthless. Ursum, I know, but the truth is the truth. Run your damn mouth and got Deke in the booth. Having fun with your slander, cause our fruit is our proof. Yeah, we worldwide with it, never mention you fools. Move. That's right, working men coming through. We got jobs, we ain't living off our women Hebrew. That's a nigga, my dude. But you say you a Jew, come out of here with that debate and you negating the truth now. Ain't nobody playing leather headband, man. Yeah, we heard what you said, but it came back, man. We the prophets of the Lord. Better understand, put that foolishness aside and humble down, clown.
Simon is so great. Nobody else is allowed to wear that color. It was only him, so it was always a dignified royal honor. So they were mocking Christ in a garment. Purple garment on it, and mocked him.
We the rulers, purple rain, excuse me, don't mean to boast. Screw the Israelites, and all you gonna see is purple and go from coast to coast. We in the street, filled with the Holy Ghost. All this purple up in this jar gon' make you have an overdose. We the leaders of the people, so rock 44 and 4. Don't know no other Israelites that go harder than we go. Just left a quest for 12. Try to prophesy to island folk. Next trip West Africa, we waking up the Ivory Coast. Repent or die. If you don't, it's suicide. Coco Bang, purple raining in your hood like them hustler working day. We Israel united twice. Dance right, don't curse tonight. We gon' gather 1/3 and watch the world birth and play. I can change this we can with the true word of y'all. Now you heard your church of fire. Yeah, it's true, you want some style. Why they hating on us? The prophets said it ain't a thing. Double under two, I be so deep. Hate can't stand the rain.
So when I read these scriptures, brothers and sisters, I saw meaning in purple. I saw meaning in that color. So as a people, we've been stripped of our royal heritage. The wicked mocked our king, our leader, our commander with purple. Well, as servants, we don't mock this kingdom and raise up the 12 tribes of Israel.
Can you stand up? Like with the tribes. This is not just made up. All this stuff comes out of the scriptures. And when you're not a leader that cannot explain this doctrine, that's a fool. Exactly. Everything that we are about, we can explain.
Yep.
Out of the scriptures.
Purple rain, fly in the plane. Purple garment so clean, you don't see a stain. All that hate and bring us fame, so we do our thing. Purple rain, we giving you haters chest pain. It's a shame how these brothers got hate in the brain. They got the spirit of Cain, so we in our own lane. Nobody saying we'll jump in front of a freight train, but they killed the prophets and these brothers will do the same thing. Dang, I ain't about to play with kids all up in our Kool-Aid, but they don't know what the flavor is. Tell them what the flavor is, great. Let it hating this. I wish I could see their faces when they looking mad playing this, man. Hard in the paint, I might slam. We supposed to be bros, we supposed to be fam, but you on the internet talking greasy like spam. Keep talking smart and we gon' clown you like Pam. Man, don't mess with the prophets that's out here wearing purple. We in the same mind, you ain't messing with my circle. A bunch of lions with Bibles, we'll let these scriptures hurt you. We jumping hurdles, we got the whole world on our shoulders. Sit back and let that purple rain. Don't kick against the bricks, don't try to come against the grain. Ain't nothing I can say to them. I'm about to go and pray for them.
We them dudes all purple, all gold. Unbelievers complain, y'all hurtful, y'all cold. I'm looking at your journal, then I'm looking at your members every year. Same people, y'all circle look old. Y'all turtles move slow. We ain't with the feelings. Yeah, you ain't growing, you hit your spiritual ceiling. Y'all be hiding sins, not us, we revealing. Yeah, our nation's sick and our people need a healing. But y'all ain't got the medicine. Actions don't show, y'all late, call them Letterman. Get it? Late show, David Letterman. Yeah, I'm at the gates, I see David, they like let him in. All this purple everywhere, yeah, we stay ahead of him. Hating on the bishops, man, you fools stay sweating him. Why y'all steady hating? You supposed to be our brethren. Galatians 5:9, get rid of all that leavening. I bet you like it here, you look comfortable. When them chariots come, I'm trying to be punctual. Yeah, you lacking wisdom, so your breakdown dysfunctional. Y'all be playing kid games, go and grab a Lunchable. Haha, shame on you. We can't grow, so I'ma put the blame on you. You sound stupid, so now this purple rain's on you. Better repent, or he gon' put them flames on you. Burn up.
Because we what?
Because we love
And that's what these brothers don't have. They don't have the love for the brethren. For you to go on YouTube and speak evil of any man, you understand? That's hatred. And without proof, without talking to that man without proof, that's hatred.
We them Bible beating prophets in their purple and gold. In them scriptures we on fire, y'all just mad cause y'all cold. Shut up. Every time we make a move, y'all complaining. Y'all shooting shots about the purple, now that purple is raining. Get them. It was written, y'all ain't spitting nothing new. They was hating on Messiah, now they hating on us too. They be waiting on us too, trying to see what we gonna do. We got 100,000 views, y'all just mad cause y'all got two. Do the work, jerk, busybody. Over here we united and y'all ain't hurting anybody. I don't even know why y'all keep trying on. Know why y'all keep coming, tell your wife to wash your garment. Y'all be teaching, looking bumming. We the Israelites, brothers, we got work to do. How you find the time to hate another brother's work he do? That's what some old jerk would do. We don't play them hating games. Y'all just over mad cause y'all keep seeing all this purple rain. IUIC is growing, every year getting bigger. Won't let our sisters be hoes, won't let our brothers be niggas. We not the type of camp to sit around and talk about others. Y'all can hate your life away, but we got love for our brothers. Y'all brothers talking about colors. Are you serious, cuz? We the flipping sons of God, not the Crips and the Bloods. Y'all must be sipping the suds. I think y'all feeling the buzz. I could have swore I heard them hating, but that ain't what it was. It couldn't be. Maybe they just trying to get some fame. Maybe they just hoping we might justify their name. They call us purple rain cause we'll be reigning over nations. Revelations 13:10. Brothers, please have patience.
So when I read scripture, I try to get into it. I try to witness what I'm reading.
Shalom, shalom. Hey everybody, it's PhoenixKnightV2 here. We're doing a true string exposing toxic parents. And I'm not going to expose toxic parents, of course, for this time of this month. The later come up this week coming up, I'm going to expose toxic family too. I think it's about time these toxic folks get exposed in general. Toxic family, toxic parents, they need to be exposed because their toxic behavior will not be tolerated. Now, if you got toxic parents in your family, please let me know because the signs is there. Everybody has that. Well, not everybody. Like, there's most fortunate. Most people got connections with a good family and good parents, but a majority of us don't have that connection. And let's be really, really honest here. We never chose to have these type of parents. We never chose them. We never chose them. We never did. But I'm gonna let the video speak for itself, and I'm also going to bring out a Bible verse too, because how these parents like to make us angry, make us mad, or say fucked up shit. So I'm gonna let the video do the talking, and y'all gonna see what I'm talking about. How these parents are, because there's even videos about how these parents act, and it's just unexcusable how these parents act. It's unexcusable. But of course, every family member says, Well, you got to honor, respect your parents. Yeah. Yeah. Here's the thing: exactly is what's there a Bible verse about not provoking your kids into anger, or do it, or do all these parents from the 50s and 70s era ignore this shit? They ignore that verse because these motherfuckers how they been taught. But shit, I'm just telling you how it is. Let me go ahead and put y'all's comments up. We're gonna get on to the video. Mr. Leonard, what's going on? What's up, Zach D? Nick, how's it going? AC Walker, good to see you, bro. But I know a lot of people will agree with me on this, how toxic these parents are, or in general. So I want y'all to see this video. It ain't just one video about toxic parents. Oh, no. There's so many videos on toxic parents that just blow your mind. And I got a Bible verse for these parents, too, who mistreat their own kids. Adult kids. Oh, I got a verse for you. I got a verse for you to turn your head sideways. Exactly this. Because how y'all been acting over the years. I got a verse for y'all. I got a verse for you. You're not going to like it. I don't care if you get mad about it. I don't care. Because there's no excuse. Oh. What's up, Eric? I mean, I'll try to say it correctly. I'm going to go ahead and play the video. I'm going to let y'all be the judge, of course, of this video. Because I want everybody to see how wrong these parents are. So let's go and let the video play, shall we? Let's let the video play. Let's go. I'm going to go ahead. We're going to go to this video. And yeah, I'm going to, we'll be saying some things on it.
A patient's asking me to call his son, who he's not spoken to in 10 years, and tell him to come visit him before he dies.
That's your mom. Like, how can you just not talk to her?
Yeah, when we needed you to eat and live and to survive, of course we had to stick around and deal with your... But once we don't need you anymore, what's left is the relationship that y'all cultivated, or lack thereof.
People are fed up and boundaries have been put in place, even for me. If you're unfamiliar with what going no contact means, it basically means when you don't talk to your parents at all. There's no contact and there's low contact, but to be honest, after I was doing research about this video, I was surprised and really happy to know that I wasn't the only person going through something like this. I always thought I was alone regarding this issue, but as we go through this video, it is clear that I am not. There are a lot of people who start to go no contact with their parents for a plethora of reasons, mainly being childhood trauma and emotional abuse, but I do find it important to note that I'm not talking about what's becoming a quote unquote a trend with cutting off your parents or going no contact with your parents. I'm not talking about, oh, we have different political views, or oh, they made me mad this one time. I'm talking about decades worth of problems and issues that people are fed up with and they're just cutting it off high and dry. But if you're someone that has a great relationship with your parents, good. I'm happy for you and I'm glad that that is the case. But as we go through this video, you're going to find out that there are a lot of just genuinely bad parents out there. You are going to be shocked with how some parents act towards their own offspring, and to the point where it doesn't even sound believable, because for the people in my life that I know that grew up with both parents or have no issues with their parents, it seems so unreal to me. Like, it seems like an HGTV Hallmark movie, like seeing the relationships that some of my friends have with their parents. I'm just like, damn, I didn't know this really existed. And the same thing on the flip side for them to me. When they hear about my family trauma and my stories, which I will be sharing, in this video, they are shocked with some of the things that we've gone through. And do know that regarding going no contact with your parents, it is the last resort for a lot of people. It is not something easy that they have decided to do. It is not fun for them. It's not something they wanted or desired. It is hard. And I hope that this video gives grace to people who are going through issues like this, or if you're someone who's from the outside looking in, you approach this topic with a little more empathy, because I am seeing a lot of people say, oh, it's toxic and it's wrong. How could you ever? We're definitely going to get into all these questions. In this video, we're going to listen to several stories of people who have gone no contact and try to understand why this is becoming more common, as well as talk about my own experience and how I don't have a relationship really with both of my parents. And if you like this kind of content, you like these deep dives, and you're just hanging out with me, be sure to subscribe. It helps me out a ton, and I really appreciate you being here.
These are the things that I didn't expect when I went no contact with my mom. I have been no contact with my mom on and off for the past 10 years, but I would say it's been pretty consistent for the last 5 or 6 years. When I say no contact, I mean no contact. I don't have her phone number. I don't have her address. She met my son, but only once when he was 2 years old, and now he's about to be 7 years old this year. And she's never met my daughter, and she has not met my fiance. And the one thing that I did not expect when I went no contact with her was the amount of people in my life that would meet me for the very first time, find out that I'm no contact with my mom, and then ask me to mend the relationship. Or they would just automatically assume that that was my first course of action, and I did nothing to try to make the relationship between me and my mom work before I cut her off.
That is beyond relatable. Backstory. My mom and I, we are very low contact. I'll share more about that as this video progresses when it's applicable or towards the end. She lives, I don't know, 30 minutes from me, and I've seen her twice this year. It's not an easy decision. It's not something that we talk about often, but it wasn't the first thing to do. It wasn't my first thought to do. And even for my father, he left the family when I was like 4 and 5. And there have been many times throughout middle school and high school where I tell people, yeah, I don't talk to my dad at all. And I talk to him maybe once every 3 years if he randomly gets my number or he's on the phone with a cousin and I'm around, whatever it may be. But there have been people that have been like, yeah, Amir, well, you should try to fix your relationship with your dad. It's really important. And I'm just like, first off, he's the one that left. Why am I the one that's having to fix this at that? Do you don't think I've ever tried? You don't think I've ever reached out or try to connect and make a relationship happen? It's weird. So when people are just like, you should really fix your relationship with your mother and your father, it's like, bruh.
I agree. Here comes the ads. Here comes the ads. Why does it always have to be ads?
What if recording high-quality content, editing like a pro, and streaming like a star was as simple as hitting record?
For people to realize is that is the result of trying to make the relationship work. The no contact is the end of something. It's not the beginning of something. Typically, adult children that have gone no contact with their parents, that wasn't their first plan of action. They tried for probably many years to make the relationship with their mom or dad work. I know for me personally, there were years where my mom didn't take accountability. It wasn't just one conversation. True healing between two people cannot happen if only one person is acknowledging the trauma.
Facts. It cannot. It's literally, it's like a relation. It's a relationship. If you're in a relationship and it's
No, I agree with both of them saying it is relationship. When you're dealing with toxic parents, like my parents, for example, like one of them, and then like parents in general, when they're toxic as hell, they refuse to take any accountability what they do. They say, of course, like it's well, that's like if you don't need us anymore. They try to say like you're the problem. Of course, they're never the problem. They're toxic. They're narcissistic. They won't change. Instead, they rather be evil. They sit there and get bad because you want to know why they act like this? Because because of their past or what happened to their parents years ago or how their parents treated them from their generation. So like they think it's okay saying how they was treated, then they take it out on us. That's not acceptable. I don't give a damn what problems you dealt with growing up. I'll talk from my parents' side. I don't give a damn what you dealt with. There's no excuse how you treat us. I'm talking about our parents. Like our parents were from the 50s and 70s era. But you think it's okay to take it out on us because of your past bullshit which you dealt with? No, that's a sorry excuse for a parent. You are a sorry excuse for a parent in general. I don't care what bullshit you dealt with from your teenage adult years. There's no excuse like we is when you had us. You should take your bullshit on us. There's no damn excuse. And people know I'm damn right. There's no fucking excuse. But hey, I can get more into that. Let's continue with the video.
It's one-sided, you're gonna leave. So it's like if you're in a relationship, if you have a relationship with your parents and it's one-sided, you're gonna leave. Why should you have to feel this obligation to stick around and stay there just because it's family? It doesn't make sense to me, and it never has growing up. And it's like, it's clear there are some people who do not view family that way. It's clear to some people, some parents, family means nothing, and that means because I'm the parent, I could walk all over you. And it is okay and accepted for a adult child to put up their boundaries and put their foot down and say, well, you know what, enough is enough. Perfectly fine for someone to do.
And then even once the trauma is acknowledged, there needs to be a change in behavior. And it drives me absolutely insane when people just think, oh, you took the easy way out by just cutting her off. That was not the easy part. That was a very difficult decision. And it's a decision that I personally do not regret because I know everything that took place and I know that I'd made the best decision for myself. And as a result of not having contact with me, she also does not have contact with my children.
Period. I don't see my kids really spending a lot of time over there. They definitely will probably meet my mom, but like staying the night, babysitting, all that, no. I know what I went through. I know what it's like, and I know if it's toxic for me, I don't want that toxicity for my children. This video is crazy. We're on. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we have a lot we're going to be going through in this video.
And I've said this in a video before, but children, no matter what the age, do not owe their parents anything. And that includes contact with their grandchildren. Parenting is a one-way street. It always has been that way. It is a job that you do not get thanked for because your children did not ask to be here. You did not have to have them. I also didn't expect the fallout that would happen with other family members because of my decision to cut off my mom. There are family members that don't talk to me, mostly siblings, just because of the fact that I won't have a relationship with our mom. And that's okay too, because although we have the same mother, I do realize we had a different experience with her based on the amount of time that we spent around her. I'm just saying, if you meet a person and find out that they're no contact with their parents, please respect their decision. Keep in mind that it is always the parent's responsibility to mend that relationship. It's never the child's responsibility, no matter how old they are.
See, I disagree with that. I do think that it's a two-way street. You should be able to work on this and try to fix it, and if not, then leave. I think that's totally acceptable. I don't think parenting is just a one-way street and it should stay that way. I think that's why there's a lot of problems. I think it should be a two-way street, having conversations, and we're trying to work to mend that relationship.
There is absolutely a grieving process when you end or limit your relationship with your mom. And I talk about the 3 different parts of grief in a Toxic Mom Recovery Guide, because not only are you grieving the loss of the relationship that you did have with your mom, but you're also grieving what it should have been. And if you're no contact with your mom, then you're mourning that loss like a death, except she's still alive and you know that your relationship with her is probably never going to change.
Very true. It's not for the faint of heart. It's not something that, again, I say it's wanted or desired.
Now, I understand where she's coming from, but also, let's get on to the parenting. My parent is no good parent. My other parent, I'm not gonna really say too much about him, but he's something else. Just like the first one. The first parent is a real piece of work, and I'm talking about my first parent. She's a real piece of work. Real piece of work. Just like everybody else who has toxic parents. Oh yeah, I talked to people behind the scenes who has toxic parents. I ain't the only individual who dealt with this. There's so many people who deal with these toxic, narcissistic parents. Talking down on you like you're a fucking child when you're living on their fucking roof. They talk down on you, control you, manipulate you, abuse you, yell at you. They can do what the hell they want to do because, oh, I'm the parent, motherfucker. It doesn't matter if you're the fucking parent. You don't sit there and try to control and manipulate somebody. If they're a fucking adult, you don't have no say how to control their life or tell them what the hell what to do. You see, that's the boundaries you parents cross from that generation, what I said. Because you motherfuckers don't know how to be fucking parents. Because you failed exactly just like the parents before you. You failed just like them. Because you know how to be fucking parents. And none of us asked to be here because of y'all's fucking mistakes. None of us asked to be here. Y'all chose to do it because you wanted to fucking do it. Because you was in your fucking 20s or 18 years old. I'm talking about our parents. Y'all chose to do what you wanted to do. But then say you decided to raise us, but then you decided to take your trauma and abuse on us. Well, like, what the fuck? We didn't deserve that shit. Because of the trauma and shit you went through your fucking teenager years, childhood years. We didn't fucking deserve that shit. So let me get this straight. Is you parents think it's okay to take out the bullshit on us because the shit that you went through? You're a sorry excuse for a person. I'm sorry, you're a sorry excuse for a parent. I don't give a damn. You're from the 50s era, 70s era. You are a sorry excuse for a parent, period. I don't give a damn. You could make it a billion excuses. And this is not going for every parent, of course, that people I talk to. It's the real shitty ones I can't stand. Because they have a shitty ass behavior, but then they have a shitty attitude and they want to come at you wrong. Of course, we all say exactly, because like as soon as you tell them you're in the they in the fucking wrong, they want to come at you wrong. Well, guess what? I say fuck you. Fuck you then. Fuck you. Now, was it their job to take care of us? Yes. When we was young, it was their job. Like I said, shitty parents I can't stand. Just like I won't be exposed to toxic family members too. So you can expect that coming very soon. I'm gonna expose that too, because I am sick and tired of these toxic folks. Fuck y'all. Fuck off. We don't need you. We don't need your toxic. We don't need your fucking behavior. We don't need y'all. You just a sorry excuse for being in the way. That's what y'all are. And I'm talking about the toxic parents. But let's continue.
To do, but there definitely is a grieving and mourning process with it. Even though, you feel better afterwards. Like, my mental health has never been as clear as it is now. I've never been this successful. I've never been this genuinely happy in my life with the decisions that I've made to go low contact. But it's hard. It's hard. It's double-sided. One, it's hard because it's like, it just sucks knowing that, you don't have the parents that you thought you would have. They still raised you. My mom still fought a lot in her life and provided for me and busted her butt. But at the same time, it's like, that doesn't give you the right to disrespect me and walk all over me. And on the flip side, especially with in-laws, it's like, damn, it's crazy seeing what some moms actually are like. And it is, you do get jealous. It's like, damn, like, I wish I had a relationship like that with my parents. And I felt that way growing up in terms of, my dad being gone. It's like seeing my friend's dad. Well, really, when I got my mentor when I was 18, 19, I spent a lot of time with him. I was like, he became like a father figure. It was like, oh shit, this is crazy. Like, this is what having a dad probably was like. That was eye-opening. But I mean, I didn't go no contact with him. He went no contact with me. So it's a little different, but she's spot on.
Important to know. You can absolutely 100% heal from your mom, regardless of whether or not you're in a relationship with her, even if she's already passed, because your healing journey is not dependent on her.
She has a point in that you don't have to suffer, and it is something you will get through. If there's one thing I'm incredibly thankful for, it is all the lessons in my life that have helped create me and turn me into the man that I am today. I'm thankful for the amount of hardship and turmoil that me and my mother have gone through throughout the years, because it's helped shape me into the man I am today. I know the type of relationships I want in my life. I know how to speak to somebody, what not to say, what to say. I know certain things to identify and look out for. Even my father, he is one of the best presents I've ever had in my life, because he's the way he just left, the way he is now when I do speak to him, the once every 2-3 years, shows me the man that I do want to be. Makes me very eager to adopt and pour the love and life into a child that is out there right now that doesn't have that there for them. It excites me to be a parent because of the parents that I had growing up with. They've equipped me with the tools to be the best parent ever. On the flip side to most, by just doing the opposite of what they did. Jay-Z has an incredible song called Adness, and you should really look it up. But he's talking about his father and, how he made, he's the present of the past. Like, he passed down this torch of, hey, here's all my mistakes, and going forward, just learn from this and grow and move on. And that's what I've taken from him. That's what I've taken from my mother. I've gone through this grieving process and really being upset that they're not in my life and going through all those things. It's just, I'm in a way better state than I ever have been dealing with this and trying to mend these relationships. And it's just not an easy thing to go through or do. I don't wish it on anybody, but at the same time, I can't help what happens in my life. I can only help how I choose to go forward. It's all we ever can do.
Telling people who are no contact with their parents that they need to either make things right, they need to talk to their parents, or that's your mom. Like, how can you just not talk to her? I had someone on my live yesterday say that my mom is not guaranteed tomorrow, and that that should give me the reason that I need to talk to her. Y'all only know the 2 stories that I've told y'all. I have 26 years worth of things that have happened.
Yeah. I'm on 20. I'm 28. I'll be 29 this year. If y'all only knew half the things that I've gone through regarding my mother, you would be amazed. So it's not an easy thing to do. This is not something you even wanted to do, but had to protect me and my mental health and my space. And my father, I mean, he left me, but growing up, you know, I've had family members, you know, here and there. You try and talk to him, you try to mend things. It's like, mend things for what? I barely even know the man. He left when I was 4 or 5. The time when he would come around would be the times when he didn't say he was coming, because the times he did say he was coming, I'm sitting at the front door looking like Boo Boo the Fool, waiting on him to show up. Like, what are we doing here? Now, as an adult, I've had some people like, oh, you should try and fix the relationship with your father. And it's like, no, there's nothing to fix. There's nothing there. There's no value. He's still on the streets. He still wants no help. He's still bumming it and drugs. Like, the man's a lost cause. If we're able to identify that there are bad people around us, then we are able to identify that some of these bad people have kids, okay? So give grace to those who have cut their parents off. And truth be told, when it comes to my father being gone and him being in the state that he is, I am so thankful that I have today's sponsor, Aura, to have my back when it comes to protecting my digital identity, because I had been fearful in the past of him stealing my identity. And I know with Aura having my back, they will protect me in that way. Crazy that that's something I even have to worry about, but I know with Aura, they'll have my back because I'll be notified immediately when anything happens to me online. I already told y'all the story of me opening up my new business account, and I was just flooded with like, yo, is this you? What's going on? This and that. I'm so glad to have them protect my identity. And I know so many of you all have signed up too, and they're protecting you as well. And this extends past those who have toxic people in their lives. This is for anyone to be protected, because honestly, this is genuinely concerning, the amount of our data that's online that's being bought and sold for profit. And not just crappy people too, but all the creepy data brokers, stalkers, you know, people trying to dox you. Aura protects you from all of it. It's a service that protects all of your information, and honestly, it does the work of a ton of apps in one. They do the reaching out to all these data brokers to have your information removed, because by law they have to, but they make it incredibly hard to do so. So just let Aura handle that. But the big one for me, the identity theft protection, spam call protection, it's the password manager, it's a VPN, financial fraud protection. It does so much all in one app that is nationally recognized and respected. It's digital protection for everything that is in my life. And given that my entire life is online, in addition to having toxic people out there who have close ties to me, I'm very grateful to have Aura have my back. It's easy to use, it's sleek, and it's honestly the one-stop shop that I've been looking for, because I'm tired of having all these damn apps. But with Aura, they simplify everything for me. So the choice is yours. You can continue to let people profit off your private information and be at risk at people stealing your identity for those out there, or you can use my link below or scan the QR code here on the screen to sign up for your 2-week free trial with Aura. You will not be disappointed.
Just know that if it was my husband that was saying or doing the things that my mom has done, that y'all would not be telling me that I need to stay with him and talk to him and make it work. So why is it different when it comes to parents? I don't care who you are. I have boundaries. I'm not going to let people treat me just whichever way they want to treat me. Also, keep in mind that me being no contact with my mom was not an easy decision for me. It is not something I wanted to do or that I took lightly, and I'm still not happy about it. I don't want to have this sort of relationship. I don't want to be doing this, but I'm also putting myself first and doing what I feel is best.
Yeah. It's what we all have to do. It's like, I understand this is rising, and to some people it's a trend. But for a lot of people who are really going through this, it's not a trend. It's not something lighthearted and easy to do. It genuinely isn't. And nor should the people that I've gone no contact be shunned for doing so, just because you have your own ideas of what a family should look like, when off the bat, the parents are not acting like the people you think they should be acting like. I've told other parents how my parents have been acting, and they're like, whoa, what? It's like, we have to stop imposing our own beliefs, our own lives, our own experiences onto other people because you don't know what half these people have ever been going through. But one thing is for sure, like she said, if we had someone in our lives, like a husband or, you know, a friend that treated me the way my mother has, you would think I would be delusional to keep that person around. What's the tea? Like that, I'm legit though. You would think I'm batshit crazy.
As a parent, want to be a part of your adult children's lives, you have to show up the way they want you to show up. You no longer have, you know, the power in the relationship. You can't hold their survival over their heads. Yeah, when we needed you to eat and live and to survive, of course we had to stick around and deal with your. But once we don't need you anymore, what's left is the relationship that y'all cultivated or lack thereof.
It's so true. Because I had to put up with it for so long. Being independent changed the game. And truly all that was left when all the dependency was gone, all that's left is the relationship that was cultivated or lack thereof. Your kids need you, but the second them kids grow up, all that's left for you to sit there and think about, okay, what kind of relationship did I make with them? Is there even a relationship there? And is it something you want to fix? Is it something you want to mend? Or is it not? Or are you still in the mindset of, well, I'm the parent? Or, well, like the kid doesn't respect me, or this is all the gaslighting, and I can go on and on. And the various stories of different friends I know who have gone no contact. But that's something a lot of these parents, whether it be the late millennial, Gen X, you know, some boomer parents out there, that's something a lot of them are dealing with right now. They're looking over their life and they're sitting here like, damn, I don't talk to my kids. I wonder why. Well, how were you when they lived under you? That's the real question.
And a lot of y'all have made beds that you now have to sleep in. And you don't like how it feels because there's a bunch of thumbtacks and nails and broken glass in those sheets. The same thumbtacks and nails and broken glass that were in our sheets when we were kids that we couldn't complain about because we would be disrespectful or talking back. Well, guess what? Now you have to lay in that bed and sleep in that bed and let those shards of glass slice your skin up while we heal our wounds from our childhood and we do the work that you refuse to do.
I mean, spot on. The years of BS, the years of thumbtacks, the years of nails, the years of emotional abuse. For some physical, I didn't have to deal with physical, thank God. And now there's parents out there having to lay in that bed and really think about how they were and what the things that they said and the things that they refused to work on, how they haven't changed, how they haven't, you know, become a different person. Yeah.
This is the least favorite part of my job.
Get your ship together with Shopify, the commerce platform designed for entrepreneurs. Buy and...
A patient is asking me to call his son, who he's not spoken to in 10 years, and tell him to come visit him before he dies. Okay. So he said no, he's not going to come. I said that I respect that decision. Asked if he wants me to notify him whenever his dad does die, and he said yes. I have to go in here now and tell the patient that. Okay, I told my patient. Didn't go well. I told him that his son said that he doesn't want to come. The patient asked if I told him that he was dying. I said I did. He said, you should have told him that he had to come. I said, I'm not going to do that. I offered if my patient wants to write his son a letter that I will get it to him, but I said I can't tell you that he'll open it. My patient told me to get out. I love this patient so much, but it's just not my place to guilt trip someone into coming. I have no idea what this person was like the first 80 years of their life before I met them. As much as it sucks to get yelled at in that way, hopefully I did the right thing.
You definitely did the right thing. Child, I wonder what this comment section gonna be like. I know there's a lot of people probably see that and like, wow, you want to go see your dying parent. That's the kicker. The word parent. You have you have associated. We all have a different version of what a parent is. We all have a different experience of what a parent is. The parents that some of my friends have compared to my parent is a distant relative. Again, this is us having our own. Having a parent is so variable. Like there's so many people, whether they grew up in a two-parent household or not, that grew up with a mother and a father in the house, but didn't have a mom and a dad. There's so many people like that who, yes, their mother's at home, their dads, their father's at home, but they don't even have a mom or a dad. These things exist. So for you to say, oh wow, like they wouldn't go see their dying parent, no, they're just not going to see somebody that has no relation to them other than them bringing them into this world. My cousins know my nickname for my father, my dad is sperm donor. That's my sperm donor. He is no different to me than a stranger. Why am I gonna go? Why am I gonna spend my time seeing this person? We have to drop this idea of well, that's your family again. We have different versions of families. That's the biggest thing. We have different versions of families and moms and dads. And there's a lot of people out there who have poor experiences and poor people for what a mother and a father is.
I have 3 adult children and 2 aren't talking to me. And do I give a damn? Of course I care, but I'm not going to feed in.
That's quite hilarious. You say you don't give a damn. You're kind of similar to my first parent, how the way she acts. That's very, very hypocritical. Oh, I don't give a damn, but I care. Yeah, you're a flat-out narcissist. You're a toxic person. You're a toxic parent, and you're a piece of shit. Let's just keep it real. Just like go to Huggins' Eric, what he's dealing with when it comes to his parent situation, similar to mine, or anybody else I've spoken to. Why are these folks parents to begin with? If you know you're a shitty person, why the fuck are you a parent? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Now you talk about just one fucking parent's shitty. I mean, come on now. Both of them would be shitty parents. Ain't just one. Ain't one. It could be both of them. You gotta pay attention to these signs and flags, how shitty these parents are. They can make all, oh, I did this for you, and it's like they try to throw all this stuff in your face. Oh, I did this for you, for all this for so many years. But it's like, well, guess what? I can counteract what you said and say I did this for you to help you out. And then they try to add up like they said, what? And they're like, they don't say it. It's nothing compared to what I done for you. You see, this is the bullshit. And then you have parents who are abusive as hell, play favoritism and shit when it comes to quote unquote families. Like I said, I'll be exposed to toxic family next time. But this is what these motherfuckers do. But then all the folks in our family try to say, oh, you have to honor and respect your parents. No, sorry, that's a one-way street. That the Bible says it's not to provoke your kids in anger. Y'all don't talk about that shit, do you? You don't talk about that verse, do you? You always go into that one shitty verse. You only go to that one shitty verse. You never try to go to both verses. Instead, you want to use one because that's narcissistic. Because that's what y'all do. I ain't wrong. I'm not wrong. I'm right. I'm 100% right. And we need to have this we need to start having versions of what a parent is. That, to be honest with you, is none of these motherfuckers should have been parents to begin with. They're shitty folks back then. I don't give a damn if a parent walked out exactly your shit a long time ago. They should have been parents to begin with. I don't give a damn what they got to say. They did something stupid. We need to start holding these motherfuckers accountable. They want to yell, they talk shit. Okay. Prepare for your fucking judgment in. Since you like to be shitty and demonic, prepare for your fucking judgment in, because it's coming. For real. That's the problem with these parents is. They think for the 57's era, these parents of ours think they can get away with shit. No, you're not getting away with a damn thing. You're not getting away with nothing. So stop thinking you can get away with shit. You're not getting away with nothing. Now, these last days, you're not. Not these last days, biblical wise, you're not getting away with shit. Nothing. Nope. Mm-mm. But hey, let's continue with the video, shall we? Let's continue. Let's listen to this toxic, sorry excuse of a mother talking shit on this video. Let's go listen to her sorry ass.
To their bullshit.
Sounds like someone I know. That mom clearly, again, outside looking in, we even haven't gone into this. This is this first impression. I feel like that mother's very like gaslighting type and hasn't even done the work to recognize what they've done wrong personally. And they have this like higher than thou mentality of like, I am the parent, I am this, I am that.
This video is interesting to watch because I think it encapsulates how a lot of parents feel about their millennial Gen Z children. And as a millennial myself, I want to give my perspective on this topic.
This creator asked the question why, and then another creator stitched.
Okay, hold on. Parents, kids who are treating you like trash after you giving your best life, just live your best life. And that's what was on the OP, the original Posters video. And then the person reacting to, she's talking about how the video she stitched of a creator asking why her kids don't speak to her when she feels like she did nothing wrong was stitched by someone else who explained why they cut off their parents. And then the other creator stitched her video. So that's all that text, if you're wondering, because I was.
Her video, and it was like, okay, well, I did this, and I'm one of those kids, and I walked away. Well, from my parents because they had trauma. Well, I look at it this way. They are basically saying that during our lifetime, that when their life overlapped with ours, that we should have provided them with a trauma-free, wonderful, perfect life. And I look at my mother, I have grace and empathy because she came up in a time where just certain things weren't available. I know that during my childhood, she battled depression. And these kids that look at our life and look at our timeline, who expect our timelines to be trauma-free so they can be individuals, they're not dealing in reality.
It's not so much that, at least for me, that I expect parents to live a trauma-free life and that they aren't going through things. I knew my mother very well was going through a lot of mental health crisis. She, got cheated on, got left with all this baggage. We were homeless together. I mean, for a year, we hopped around 3 different houses and I shared, I shared a room this size of this, what you can see. And I slept on a bunk bed with my mom in half of 7th and 8th grade. Like, I'm well aware of the things that she's gone through and the sacrifices that she's made. I know she's had rough past. I know her own mother didn't know how to be a mother. I know how toxic she is. I'll say that for a podcast. If y'all knew half the stories my grandmother did to my mother, it is ridiculous. So I'm aware. I have empathy. I have grace. But again, we're adults now. There's still, that isn't to say you can't work on what happened in your past. That doesn't mean you can't be a better person. It also doesn't mean that when I was a kid, you have to push that and project it onto me and then give me a traumatic childhood life because you had one too. It's like, it's not fair. And that's something that was really hard to battle with in going low contact and is thinking about all the sacrifices that my mother made, being a single mom, all the sacrifices, all the things that we've gone through together, the things that I've seen, the things that I know from her childhood. It's just rough. So it's not so much that I expect parents to not be going through things. It's just I don't expect parents to be mean to their children, to understand and unpack what it is to be a parent. I don't even have a kid, but I feel like I understand how to be a good parent. I feel like I know how to disassociate my own things that I'm personally going through, but dealing with that when I can, but making sure that my child's set, they're good, and I'm not taking it out on them. That it's possible to do that. I look around. There's a lot of good parents out there.
They're not dealing with real adulthood, because real adulthood is being able to look at somebody else and have grace and empathy.
First of all, no adult child is expecting their parent to provide them with a trauma-free, wonderful life. What they ask for is for you to take accountability and make change. She goes on to say being a real adult is about having grace and empathy for people, like how she had grace and empathy for her mother who was battling depression. And I can agree with that. That is a part of adulthood. But my question is, where is the grace and empathy for the child who is being passed on all this generational trauma? Majority of children don't up and leave out of nowhere. A majority of children crave to be loved and validated by their own parents. Like, you can tell immediately there's no grace or empathy for her children because she calls what they're doing their bullshit. She also goes on to talk about how she's not talking about real abusers, ones that molest and rape and beat their children, etc.
That's more than frustrating because people always forget words have meaning. You can be verbally abusive. You can you can be verbally abusive, mentally abusive. There's other forms of abuse out there than beating someone. There really is. It can be abuse to pass on generational trauma. It can be abuse to keep negatively talking to your children. It can be abuse to just be bad. It is abuse. And just because you aren't doing the worst thing imaginable to you does not mean that it wasn't bad or didn't do damage.
Not realizing that emotional abuse and neglect actually causes the same amount, if not more, trauma to a child than all these other types of abuses that she...
Listen, the trauma from father not being around and just leaving the family up in arms, but then also how verbally abusive and the things I've gone through with my mother, they're equal. So it's like, I get it. Like, I'm very thankful and I have empathy and grace that she did fight to provide for me. She provided a roof over my head. I was fed. I was always outside with friends or gone with cousins, always outside on the bike. I outside of the parent issue, my childhood was a movie. Literally a movie scene. These stories that I have and experience that I had when I was a kid, from just being outside or hanging with my cousins, theme parks, the whole nine. If I take the parents out, it was a great, great childhood. But I bring the parents in, and that trauma is equal on both. Parents think that just because they're providing, that they're being an awesome and great parent. I get that it could be worse, but you're also still, if you're having on that layer of being emotionally and mentally abusive, you're doing just as much damage, if not more, because you're actually there. And for me personally, it's like I've been more hurt from my mother than my own absent father, because keyword absent, like, yeah, it sucks. He was gone. Always left me up hanging dry. Like, he wasn't there, still isn't there, but at least he was gone. Whereas here I have my mother, we're in the same house, and I'm referring to you, I'm calling you mom, but I'm not feeling a mom. That hurts. You're providing for me. I have new school clothes. I have food. You're busting your butt to make sure we're good. But then it all goes away with the abuse. So yeah, you did a good job at providing, but you not good job with raising. And it's so weird to me. Like, she gets a lot of credit. There's a lot of people out there who, and I get in the comments, oh my gosh, your parents raised you so well, Amir. Like, you're such a great person. Do realize some of the most successful people out there have the most traumatic childhoods or effed up families. I am a combination of everything around me. There are many lessons that I have from my mom and dad, but also from the countless, these are only a few, countless books that I've read, countless podcasts that I've listened to, countless talks with mentors and my other friends' parents and my friends and forums and YouTube. Woo! That's crazy. That actually is crazy. I'm a YouTuber. That just hit me. Because as a kid, especially in middle school and high school, turning to YouTube, turning to creators to connect with, to resonate with, and to help understand that I wasn't alone. They helped me out a ton. And it's an honor to know that this video or my content is doing the same for a lot of people out there. So quick side note, thank you for that. Thank you for being here. Shameless plug, subscribe. Subscribe if you like the content, if you connect with this video. But yeah.
Considers more serious. And you can tell by this video and other videos that she's posted that she's very much stuck in that emotionally abusive cycle. There's a video where she talks about how her generation was only fed one stream of information, and that was to love and respect your parents and give them grace and empathy, proving that, she felt like she had no other choice but to feel that way towards her mom. Even though on the inside she may have felt conflicted, like she may still love her mom, but, it must have been hard growing up with a mom that had depression. There had to have been some level of like emotional neglect or abuse there. And because she was never given the space to share her emotions and have them validated, she expects the same level of love and empathy that she was forced to give her mom from her children.
Are you really the last person to find out about this skip ads forever button? This is Pi, and if it sounds familiar to you, it's probably because you've
generation, this new age, we don't shit. We stick up for ourselves. I'm sorry. I will let it be known how it is. I don't have to follow this society rule book of what we think a family is and blood is thicker than water and all this stuff. No. I'm taking care of myself. I'm taking care of my mental health. I've gone through too much crap in my life to sit here and be around it more willingly. I control. Damn, it kind of hurt. I control my life. I have agency over my life. I accept people in my life. I push people away from my life because I control it. I have the power. I'm a grown man. I'm protecting my peace in the most honorable and okay way that is meaningful to me.
Abuse and neglect and the trauma that comes with that is absolutely no joke. It is the harder trauma to heal because it's invisible. It's easy to understand why you may not want to talk to a parent who's beat you or molested you or whatever, because there's clear physical evidence and you can put yourself in that person's shoes and understand how painful that could be. It's not easy for people to understand why a child would want to stop talking to a parent that has degraded, manipulated, blackmailed, gaslit, neglected them.
I want to pause. It's especially not easy to understand this because so many of us have gone through similar abuse and it's been normalized by our communities, culture, and society. Unless you've done the work to become a more conscious person, it's hard to understand the drastic effect of emotional abuse can have. Very true.
And it's because you can't physically see the damage it causes to someone's psyche. And in our society, we have been taught that our emotions are not important. And so a lot of us grow up not being in tune with our emotions and never gaining any type of emotional intelligence. From a young age, when you're taught things like sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Like, that's so not true. The way people talk to you has an incredible impact on your self-worth and who you become.
Agreed. It's such a weird statement. Like, yes and no. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. That applies for haters. If you don't know me, I genuinely don't care what you think. Like, all my hate comments that I get sometimes, I don't care. Like, it's in when you're not the other. You don't know me and I don't know you. But the people that know me, their words matter. The people that are in my life, their words matter, and their words can't hurt.
So when you've gotten to a point where you're so disconnected from your emotions, where do your emotions come from? They come from what society tells you should be feeling. And you're responding and acting in a way that society tells you should be acting and responding. And again, that's exactly what happened to this lady here. In this video, she talks about how having grace and empathy is a part of being an adult. And when you've done the work to become emotionally intelligent, you're capable of having grace and empathy for almost everyone. And what her video tells me is that she has been told who to have grace and empathy for versus actually genuinely having grace and empathy because she wants to. And I say that because she has no grace and empathy for her kids, because if she genuinely practiced grace and empathy, she would want to mend her relationship with her children. She would talk to them, understand why they feel the way they do, and want to become a better mother. She also talks about how our generation's a meme generation and how we're constantly validated by various media sources that say if it doesn't serve your peace, then walk away, and how that's bullshit. And I agree to a certain extent. You can't expect everything to be peaceful. Like, sometimes you have to work for that peace. But I think if you've tried to create peace and change a toxic environment and you've seen no results, then it's very much okay to walk away from that situation.
For sure. It's totally okay to walk away from the situation. I don't think it's okay for the super, the memey, weak people that are like, oh my God, we got an argument, so I'm cutting her off. Or I don't like this friend, political views, cutting them off. No, that is sad. That is ridiculous how some of those people are acting. But this right here, decades worth of issues.
And I think our generation is the first generation that is actively trying to heal from all the trauma, especially emotional trauma. And our generation is also the first generation that we're told it's okay to put ourselves first.
Yeah.
And so when you've done that work and you've reached a level of awareness where you can see that there is no changing your toxic environment, there is no changing the toxic mentalities that have been ingrained into this person's subconscious, the only thing you feel like you can do is walk away in order to truly break the cycle.
That's the only thing some people can do to break the cycle, because you can't change you can't change somebody. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make the horse drink it, okay? You can't be Captain Save-A-Ho in somebody else's life. They have to put in the work for it. And if they're not going to put in the work, if they don't care, they don't see the pain that you're going through as a child, and they don't want to mend that. They don't want to fix that. All we can do is walk. A lot of adult children out there, the only solution, the only thing left to do, the last resort for a lot of people, is to walk away.
I don't want to sound paranoid or delusional, but there's something that's been going on that I want to talk about. It's been something coming up over and over again in the work that I do, and I just want to see if anyone else is noticing this. And it has to do with young people cutting their parents out of their lives. And I don't mean narcissistic or abusive parents, where if you're a young adult who's gotten yourself out of the relationship with your toxic parent, that is fantastic. I'm talking about young people whose parents appear to have given them a reasonable foundation in life, taught them values, tried to instill a hard work ethic into them, were overall fairly pleasant people to be around, saw their kids' feelings, validated them. Those young people, this is what I'm talking about. And before you jump in and say, well, those parents don't realize what they did to their kids, or they're coming to you with their stories and you're not getting the whole story. This is true. I only talk to the parents, so I would love to talk to some young people about this. However, I can't help but see some thread of familiarity.
Well, no shit, Sherlock. Child, if you sitting here talking to only the parents, and the parents are the one that's being cut off from, they're not telling you certain things, or they're omitting things that they don't even realize that they did. Parents can give up, like I just said, like I'm grateful for the foundation that I had. I had to work, the day I turned 16, job, put half down on my first car with my grandma. Like my mama put me on my first internship that turned into my corporate gig for 8. Like the foundation, there's a lot I have to be thankful for what my mother did for me. There's a lot that a lot of kids out there are grateful for the foundation that their parents gave them. But that's not all. That's not it. Again, like the other video we saw, it's about the relationship after. Not all the stuff they provided. What's the relationship that was cultivated? That's what matters.
To these stories where a young person has cut their parent out of their life. And so I just wanted to share what I'm seeing in terms of the common thread. It seems to be more often males than females. We're talking usually a millennial. Some of these young people did not go to the lengths of cutting their parents out of their lives until they had kids of their own. And one of the things, and I can't pinpoint it as this happens all the time by any means, but marijuana smoking. Have you seen any kind of messaging, I'm going to go with social media, where young people are encouraged to separate from their families? Again, not in a toxic situation, but rather just as a general rule that, parents in general were bad and it's time to separate from them. Can young people and their parents, if they've had differences, work together, or do young people get a message that they have to completely separate from their family? This is what I'm curious about.
Girl, I know, and they tear her up in this comment section. A lot of people put in the work, and it's like, I get there's some people out there, but like you're only getting the parent side of the story. And it makes sense. Like if some of these people are like, actually, I had a kid of my own. I don't want this kid around my mother because how I was raised. That makes sense. Marijuana smokers, I don't know about that one. More males, that makes sense because a lot of men are the one typically leading the household or being more vocal on that side of things. Like I don't want anything to do with this. Makes sense, but like you're getting only one side. And yes, parents and kids can come together to mend that relationship, but it's not a one-sided street. If the other parent's not there to do that, you're not left with much to work with. I hope this video put into perspective why some people are going no contact with their parents and sheds light on this issue for those that's been genuinely curious about it. This is a video that's been a while in the making because it's something I'm actively going through as far as being no contact with my father or low contact with my mother. And clearly one that is emotional as we've gone through this video, but it's not something that a lot of people I know do lightly. It's not a decision that was just made willy-nilly. It was not a decision made that they even want to make. Because even now, we talk about that content. Oh, gosh. The content creator, Jeffrey Marsh, that like trans TikToker. I don't know. But like, apparently like
Okay. I'm going to show another video. And then we're going to get on to that Bible verse what I was talking about. Because I want people to see this. I want people to see this, you know, because like I said earlier before about these toxic parents, man, I wasn't making shit up. I wasn't making shit up. These toxic ass parents, bro, are going to learn. I'm going to learn a painful lesson is you don't treat people like shit. Sorry, your adult kids like shit. You don't treat them like shit and then try to bring up, or somebody in the family try to bring up, well, you have to honor, respect your parents because what the Bible says. No, it's not a one-way streak. It's on both ends. And that's the problem. That's the problem. And that's the issue that people in the families don't seem to get. This is not like, oh, we're going to use that one Bible verse. Honor, respect your father and mother. When they damn well disrespects you. It doesn't work like that. That's upside down way of thinking. It is outside way of thinking. I understand most like God says to honor and respect your parents. But guess what? This is not going to be in a one-way streak. It doesn't work like that. And that's the problem. That's the issue. That's the main problem. These parents think they can walk over because, I'm the parent. No, you're not going to be doing that. Because now, since we're adults, we got the power. We have the damn power. You don't have the power. We got the power. We have the damn power. You don't. We do. And that's what these parents, toxic parents, they don't get. Okay? You might have power over us back then when we was damn kids, but we're damn adults. And we got more power over you. And that's what these parents fail to realize, to understand. And anybody who sides with them ain't thinking clearly themselves because they just want to use this as vipers because, I'm a quote-unquote Christian. No. No and double no. This is not a one-way streak when it comes to these damn toxic-ass parents. And it's not going to remain that way. Because in my generation, we stand up for ourselves. We don't put up with that bullshit. We don't deal with that shit. We stand up for ourselves towards these toxic parents. We're not going to sit there and let them think, we're going to walk over you and shit. No, it's not going down that route. It might happen in your generation of your parents back then. I'm talking like their parents, from the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s era. That might happen back then with your parents. But my generation, we don't tolerate that. Sorry, I'm not going to be your stepping stone. You're not going to try to control me, dictate me, try to use stuff on my head and shit. That shit ain't going to happen. Sorry. Newsflash. This is not the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s era. This is not the fucking era. When I came from, exactly, I'm the 80s and 90s era. That's where I came from. And we don't tolerate that shit around here. From their fucking generation. We don't tolerate that shit here. We don't. We don't give a damn. We don't care. So, but yeah, I'm not finished. I got another video for y'all. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I get exactly what you're saying. Because, yeah, I got, trust me, I got walked over because I was the nice kid in the family. So, that first parent of mine said they thought they could take advantage of my kindness. They thought they could take advantage of my kindness and lie to my face and try to control stuff and be judgmental as hell towards my friends. I'm talking about that first parent. I'm talking about that first parent. I'm talking about that shit. So this is what I'm going to do. It's time to show another video of these toxic, narcissistic parents video. There's about to be another video being shown. We're not going to be walked over by these parents. We're not going to be walked over by them. I don't give a damn what issue they dealt with in their childhood. You're not going to put that shit on us because of what you dealt with. And then mostly parents like, oh, I don't give a damn, second. And all that shit, exactly. It's like, oh, like, if you don't need our help, then you go to your friends. Well, fuck you too then. Fuck you too then, piece of shit. Fuck you too. Shit, what goes around comes around. But yeah, enough be talking, enough be talking. Let's get on to another video. Hold on.
Let's talk about why it's so difficult to walk away from toxic, narcissistic parents and brothers and sisters and other siblings, aunts and uncles and cousins. Let's also talk about why this could be the most important decision that you could make in your life. My name is Kevin, and this is The Royal We. Now, when I take one-on-one coaching sessions, I typically deal with one of two different issues. One issue would be narcissistic abuse within a romantic setting, marriage, boyfriend, girlfriend, and whatnot. But the more common issue that I typically help people through is dealing with toxic, narcissistic parents, siblings, brothers, and sisters. And let's not pretend that narcissistic abuse does not exist in this dynamic. It has since the beginning of time, ever since Cain killed his own brother Abel, since Joseph's brothers threw him in a pit. And that's ancient Old Testament Bible stuff. Yes, narcissistic abuse exists in the home. If we're honest, our first exposure to any type of abuse or bullying was within the homes we were raised in. We witnessed it or experienced it through our parents, our brothers, our sisters, our aunts, our uncles, our cousins. So let's no longer pretend that narcissistic abuse doesn't exist in the home, because it does. As a matter of fact, it begins there, it lives there, and right now you and I are going to end it there. All right? Let's talk about some of the reasons why it's so difficult to make the decision to leave narcissistic parents and siblings. Number one would be the way in which we are connected in this day in which we live. Social media has us so bound and imprisoned that even when we get away, we feel like we haven't gotten away. I mean, you flip up Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or Tweeter, whatever, TikToker, you flip it open and there's your siblings right there, probably making some nasty passive aggressive jab towards you. And it's a constant reminder that you can't get away. So that's reason number one. And to that, I would say perhaps cut out social media, at least unfollow even some of your own siblings. It's for your own sanity and for your own good, right? The next reason is because of social pressures. We live in a society that has romanticized family dynamics. Even modern Western church has gotten on that train. Bring your grandma and your mom and your grandpa to church this week and remember them for Mother's Day and Father's Day and thou shall honor your mom and dad all the days of your life. It almost makes it sound like there's supposed to be a unification with your parents. There never was. The only unification the Bible ever talks about is between you and a spouse. The role of your parents and siblings is a role of responsibility. That's it. And if they fail at that, oh, well, they don't get another chance. I mean, that's just the way it is. So there's a lot of social pressures involved. Now, one of the reasons that you might feel afraid to walk away from toxic, narcissistic family members, and I hear this quite a bit, is because you don't want to be talked bad about. You're tired of being gossiped about. You're tired of being the bad person in the family. And typically when I help people through this process, I challenge them. I say, well, listen, you've spent how many years trying to be a part of that family? 30 years I've been trying. You've gone all to the family functions and you've hung out with them. Yes. And did that ever stop them from saying bad things about you? No. Okay. So what is the difference if you walk away and never talk to them again? They're only going to do more of the same. It does not matter. When you are in a dysfunctional family, it doesn't matter if you hang out with them or if you don't, or if you cut them out. They're going to talk bad about you no matter what, because that's what dysfunctional families do. Why do they do this? Why did they choose you? Because of your failure to assimilate in the family. That's not a bad thing, by the way. That's a good thing. What it means is that with a dysfunctional family that likes to gossip and slander each other and lie and cheat and steal and whatever the hell else they do, you're the one that says, I don't like that. Oh, now you become a threat to them. Not only that, but you're gifted and you're talented and you want to go out into the world and you want to be special and you want to do great things. You're waiting for your family to say, yes, finally, be blessed, go and do things that nobody in this family has done. Woo! Yes, they're not going to do that. I'll do that. I will tell you that because I'm rooting for you and I want you to go and do amazing things. Your family, your parents, your toxic brothers and sisters that live in a dysfunctional hierarchy, they're going to be resentful. They're going to hate you. They're going to look at you with envy, jealousy, and animosity, saying, how dare you think you're better than us? How dare you get outside of the box of what this family has always been? So it's good. It's good that you have failed to assimilate into that gang, if you will, of a dysfunctional family. All right. So now, why then would you be afraid to cut yourself free once and for all of a toxic, dysfunctional family? The reason I believe is not because you're worried about what they would think about you, because you know it doesn't matter. You know they're going to talk about you no matter what. The reason you're afraid is because you have never experienced yourself apart from them. You don't know who you are completely apart from them. Because you're enmeshed, you're still joined. So the reason to go no contact, the reason to separate yourself from toxic family is to discover yourself complete and full as an independent, sovereign person away from the toxic family. But take this decision seriously, because this means once you go, you don't go back to mommy and daddy and say, I need money, I'm broke. No. It means you go out there into the world, even if you have nothing, and you create something out of nothing and find out who you are as an independent individual. This is what our ancestors did back in the day when they left their families and moms and dads and came to the Americas to start something new. A lot of them came with nothing. It's not easy, it's rough, but they at least discovered who they were as sovereign individuals. You and I have that same calling. So if you're failing to assimilate into your gang of a dysfunctional family, just know that it's because you may have a calling outside of that. Even Jesus, when the people ran and said, hey, your mom and your brothers and your sisters, they want to talk to you. And Jesus' response was, who is my mom and my brother? He pointed to his disciples and he said, this is my mother, my brother, my sister. This is my family, my chosen family. You can have a chosen family. You don't have to stay with your parents, your toxic, dysfunctional siblings. You have the opportunity, but you have to know what that means. You have to be ready for it. And you have to want to know who you are apart from your attachment to mommy and daddy. It's a tough decision, but there's a lot there for you, and I'm rooting for you. Listen, I want to be a part of your healing journey. Down below, you can schedule one-on-one time with me, telephone call, FaceTime, WhatsApp. There's a direct link to my calendar down below. Also down below, you'll find access to Royal We live chat every Monday night and fellowship every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Time. Also, follow me on Instagram at Join the Royal We, and I'll be back with more videos for you right here on the Royal We.
Alrighty. All right, now it's time to show that Bible verse what I was talking about. Let's show the Bible verse now, shall we? Let's show the Bible verse of what I was talking about. You heard me. Yep, we're going to show the Bible verse, folks. All right. Oh, can y'all see that? You see the Bible verse? Let's go a little closer. Look what this Bible verse said. Look what it says. Bible verse says, speaks about parents making their children angry in Exodus 6:4. It says, fathers, do not provoke your children to anger. Yes. I mean, like, it shouldn't apply to only fathers. It should apply to mothers too, but yes. And that's like what these parents do. They love provoking us to anger. Because like we lash out so that we're the villains. Now, you're the villains. Y'all the villains at the end of the day. Y'all are the villains. Because I don't like how the other generation I bring up from that generation. Oh, you should honor and respect your parents. No. Like I said, it's a two-way streak, not a one-way streak. And if they can't fail to realize that, that's on them. That's on them. There's even YouTube videos about it. There's even YouTube videos about that verse. Shoots. I will expose toxic family next time. I will expose them. But I hope people had a clear understanding. As I say, fuck these parents. Fuck these toxic parents. Fuck them. They're going to get their judgment. I don't care if you're a damn mother or father. If you toxic as hell to your kids, you're going to get that judgment. And if your family's sitting there backing up y'all's behavior up, they're going to get judged along with you. Oh, well. You reap what you sow. Because we don't deserve this. So, it is what it is. And I'm getting tired of people with that one-way streak thinking, of course, we supposed to honor and respect parents. No, fuck that. You're not going to honor and respect us? Why the hell should we respect and honor you? Hello. Oh, yes, indeed. I'm just now looking at y'all's comments. But yeah, help the parents, bro. Help the parents. What I'm doing here, Dragon, this is my YouTube channel, and I'm not gonna respond to your comment. You always be leaving that comment. But yeah. Help the parents, bro. Help the parents. And I know everybody agree with me on this. Help the parents, man. Help the parents. I ain't talking about the good parents. I'm talking about only the shitty ones. If you're controlling, you're limited, trying to control people. Trying to control your adult children and shit. And all this dumb shit. You're a horrible parent. I don't give a damn what your excuse is from that generation, from the 50s, 60s, 70s era. To about our parents. I don't give a damn what your reasons are. I don't want to hear that. There's no excuse how y'all treat us. There's no excuse. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play an Israelite music video. I'm gonna end it from here. And fuck the parents from our generation. I will say this one time only. I'm grateful. Excuse me. I'm grateful to my own parents. Actually, is you raised and took care of me. Of course, I had the tools to learn. But for y'all to do the bullshit which you do to us, including me, it's unacceptable. Unacceptable. I don't give a damn what your reasons are. It will never be accepted because my generation don't tolerate that shit. You don't tolerate it. You can make a billion excuses why you did it. It still will not be tolerated, and it will not be accepted. We're not from your generation. It's like I'll tell my parents' generation. We're not from your generation. We wasn't raised like y'all. We wasn't raised like y'all. The bullshit which y'all dealt with. So that's what I'm gonna leave it as. It might sound a little ugly what I'm saying towards the parents from our generation. It might sound ugly to them. They might say it's disrespectful. But personally, I'll be real. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I do not care. And I'm not going to start caring. A lot of us are not going to care what they got to say. Because y'all had plenty of time over the years to get your fucking behavior in check and stop the bullshit what you do. Y'all had plenty of time over the years. Like, y'all had time when we was 18, in our 20s, 30s. Y'all had plenty of time to stop the bullshit. You toxic parents. You had plenty of time. But did you give a damn? No. Did you try to fix it? No. You didn't give a shit. If you don't give a shit, we don't give a shit. Fair is fair, right? Now, I know the Bible said to honor and respect our parents. Guess what? Guess what? I can honor and respect my parents, but I'm not going to tolerate your narcissistic, toxic behavior bullshit. Like I said, it's not a one-way street, and we're going to keep it that way. And everybody agrees to be in the comment section. We don't do that one-way street bullshit from 5 verse up one verse. We don't do that shit. It goes on both sides. The adult children and the parents. It goes on both ends, not one. So fuck that. You got that one mindset shit? Nope. Because Eric and me are Hebrew Israelites. We're not Christians. We're Hebrew Israelites. We don't play that shit around here. SAYAKSARGAI. Hello. I noticed your comment was there. But yeah, we don't play that bullshit that comes with our parents. We don't play that shit. We're not from that generation. We don't play that shit. And we don't play it. We don't do that shit here. If you're not going to be reasonable with us and shit, we have nothing to talk about. You toxic ass parents. We have nothing to talk about. We have nothing to discuss. You claim we're bullying and all this dumb shit. But actually, the ones who've been doing the bullying was you. All the bullshit what you did towards us, it was all you. It wasn't us. It was you. And that's why parents who walked away, you're going to face their judgment too. I don't give a damn why you walked out. I don't give a damn. You're going to face that judgment too. I don't give a shit. I don't care. Your excuses is just as weak as your fucking decision making. And that's all I got to say. That's all I'm going to leave it as. Because I'm not the judgment. The Most High God, Joshua, he's the real judgment. He judged. We don't need a judge. That's not our job. We just call the bullshit out, and that's what we do. Oh, yes. Israelites? Yes. Oh, I know. Is that what you're coming from, Larry? Let me see. Yep, Christianity is a religion. They can't save them. Nope. Shit. Hell no. Hell to the fucking no. Hell to the fuck no. All right, I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna go play this Israelite music, and I will see y'all, of course, because I will be ending it. So hold on.
In my hood, you hear sirens and semis pop. Judah keep vexing Ephraim. When will the envy stop? No love for any cops. That's what got Kenny shot. Y'all drinking Henny shots. I'm investing in penny stocks. They give me props. Rapping, teaching, debating, unity. While Satan trying to weaken the nation. Cops in my community kill us with every opportunity. No justice or peace. The police get immunity. Look, rubber bullets and riot tools when they gear up. Asking where the love went, cause judgment is near us. And kids rather pour up a foe and sip the syrup than learn about how the black Moors ruled in Europe. We divided by economic material schism. My people are serial victims of imperialism. I tell the truth in the booth, boy, my pen no lie. They love the Hebrew Israelites. Ask the NOI. Let's pray. I pray. Abba, how will rise. I pray for your grace and everything that you shall provide. I pray every day that you teach me how to strive to put my trust in you, because in you is where the power lies. My people are dead and punk will come out of hide. I pray every day, no excuses or alibis. I pray that every last one of these cowards die. I pray all of this in the name of Yahweh Shai. Can't feed the flesh, don't need the stress, so I fast and I rest instead. Cold sweats in the bath, trying to grasp if I sat in bed. In my dream, I had a twin. He stabbed me to death and fled. Visions of a pale horse and a dragon with 7 heads. Vagabond Babylon being watched by the Lord. Can't even stop by the store, cause on my block it's a war. Jehovah Witnesses don't even knock at my door, cause they know they false doctrine will get chopped by my sword. Yeah, I'm with the lyrical or the spiritual murder play. I see some ravenous wolves leading a herd astray. My homie's mom's a tweaker, I watch him serve a yay. I'm numb to this game and the pain, I'm an inverted. When the Messiah comes serve, we gon' witness the sun purge. He coming back to judge every idle and dumb word. My team always moving in silence, we unheard. The elite wanna converge on the elect and the 1/3. I pray, Abba, how will rise. I pray for your grace and everything that you shall provide. I pray every day that you teach me how to strive to put my trust in you, because in you is where the power lies. My people are dead and punk will come out of hide. I pray every day, no excuses or alibis. I pray that every last one of these cowards die. I pray all of this in the name of Yahweh.
All right. Shalom later, everybody. And you toxic parents, fuck you. Prepare for judgment. For all the shit say y'all put us through, prepare for your fucking judgment. In these last days that's biblical. Get ready. Because the Most High God is not going to tolerate y'all shit. All right, everybody. Shalom later. Y'all take it easy. See y'all next time when I expose toxic family and family members. Oh, yeah. They're going to despise that more. But I'm not going to give 2 fucks about. Shalom. Later, everybody.